And now I would like to invite Stanislav Pluta, which is very good our colleague and which very famous person in blackcurrant breeding, but now will be information about Cibaton. Welcome, Stanislav.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning from the foggy morning, and rather my temperature this winter, but we don't have a winter because at the moment it's +5 centigrade, and on Thursday we will have a rain again. So we had only small winter time during the weekend that the temperature dropped -5 to -8 in some region of Poland. And of course, I am very grateful for organizers for accepting, inviting me to give or share this information. My presentation will be some more practical, not scientific use. And of course, I am the breeder and genetist of the bushy crop. I mean, blackcurrants, blueberry, aronia, Saskatoon berry, lonicera. So I am involved in this kind of the research, and I also have some kind of the advising activities for the Polish growers, including sea buckthorn. Unfortunately, at the moment, we don't have any funds from the Ministry of Agriculture to support breeding or other aspects of sea buckthorn, especially the sea buckthorn is still rather margin crop and not very perspective in the opinion of the Minister of Agriculture. And of course, I will start with my presentation, so covering some main important points. You can see some kind of the introduction about some story cultivation in this crop in Poland. Of course, most important will be the problem, but you got very nice, and I am very grateful, thankful for my previous speakers, which really give you essential information about this abiotic or biotic and abiotic factors. And also I will mention about the promotion, which is really very interesting thing which happened just this year and will be continued the next year, and some kind of the conclusions and summaries. I would say that sea buckthorn is very well known from many years in the past, but still forgotten and underestimated, especially that it is very valuable crop in Poland and other countries, like we got this information. Commercial cultivation of sea buckthorn has some possibilities of improvement or increasing due to some good prospects, especially you got essential information about this valuable fruits, products, oil, leaves, which are very rich with vitamins, minerals, and bioactive components, including antioxidant capacity. It could be very profitable crop for our growers and give a lot of health benefits for the human health and nutrition, because in the literature you can find an over 200, 250, depending on the studies. There are some bioactive components which are very good for human health. And fruits can be used in the food, pharmaceutical, and cosmetic industries. So you can see, for example, some Polish name, rokitnik. Rokitnik is as a sea buckthorn. So some small factories can produce different, the juices, soft drinks, jams, tea, and dried fruits. Also, it can be used in pharmacy as a functional products. supplements and drugs, especially now, is very recognized for the younger generation, some active sportsmen, people, and of course, in some you can find the sea buckthorn in some cosmetic products like creams, lotion, shampoo, and lipstick. So they are really very common. And of course, during our person conferences, you could find on this exhibition many products around the world. And some words about the situation of sea buckthorn cultivation in Poland. Climate and soil conditions are really very suitable because the plants are very winter hardy, buds and flowers are tolerant to spring frost because flowering time is late in the season. So even in our climate or our weather, I have not noticed so many damages to flowers caused by the low temperatures during the flowering time in comparison to other crops like blackcurrants or strawberries or other things. Sea buckthorn is grown in Polish orchard or plantations like the form of bushes, but in new established orchard as trees with a height of 3 maximum to 5 meters. So you can control it because you cannot use ladders to harvest the fruits, for example, from 8 or even 10 meters high trees, because it is very difficult. And you also know the sea buckthorn is as a deciduous crop. So you need female and male plants as the pollinators, especially 5 to 10% maximum are planted on the commercial plantations in Poland. Plants produce stable and high fruit yields, but the yield is harvested annually due to the harvesting method. Acreage of only 120 hectares in Poland is really recorded, but we do not have any official statistic data for fruit production. Unfortunately, we have only few growers, and the biggest plantations is over 30 hectares at the moment, located in northeast part of Poland. And of course, we do not have official grower organizations or even association. Some growers really with me are really trying or making some efforts to maybe establish, to work on it, like we had a nice working organization with blackcurrants, blueberry or strawberry or raspberry crops. So it could be followed the same system. Cultivars are only grown from the east, originated from the European part of Russia. So the main cultivars originated from the botanic garden of the University in Moscow, Botaniczewskaja, Nivelnaya, Plamiennaja, Padarak Sadu, Trominowskaja, Augustynka, Tamara or Maria as a new generation. Unfortunately, only little on very small scales are planted some German originated cultivars, which were mentioned by Torben. The main problems of plantations, I guess or notice, especially it was the nice presented by Sabine and Torben, that you got this information about these biotic factors like pest and fungal diseases. So according to the knowledge or observations or some, the studies done by my colleagues from the Institute, from the Plants Protection Department, from entomologists. So they notice some bollworms, so some kind of the larvae of the various moths which can damage this crop, especially leaves or fruits. Eriophyodids and aphids. They can occur rarely, but they were really noticed on some plantations in some region of Poland. But of course, most serious is sea buckthorn fly, so causing really the greatest threat and fruit damage. So this pest was noticed, I guess 10, maybe 15 years ago, as the first signals were noticed in northeast part of Poland. And in regard to fungal diseases, Fusarium verticillium causing massive dieback of plants and stem blight and black cancer, especially. I ask Nikos this question because in new established plantations, I mean the only young trees or young plants which are planted in the soil conditions, in the field, open field, can really be damaged by Fusarium. But after, when the plants getting older and older, so 3, 4, or 5 year old plants are less susceptible to this fungal diseases. And also gray mold. It is Botrytis cinerea. No, you know, it is really very commonly observed diseases, the fungal diseases on different fruits of crops, strawberries, raspberries, and even other crops. But it was firstly observed on sea buckthorn plantations in 2017. So you can see really the first symptoms, the damaged fruits, and then after 2-3 weeks it is spread out and you get more and more. And after 1 month or even more, 6 weeks, you can find really without no protection, you can get damaged fruit, and these fruits are not good for the harvesting or even for the processing. The main problems also are related to the fruit harvesting because, as it was mentioned before, only manual hand, so pruning of shoots with fruits, and as I mentioned, yields are obtained every second year. So we can really calculate that annual yield is about 4 to 5 tons per hectare. It means that it is the half of the normal harvest, 8 even to 10 ton maximum in our conditions in Poland. And then shoots, prune shoots with fruits are transported to the local frozen unit, tunnel, and we're in the temperature about minus 25 centigrade. The fruits are frozen together with wood in shoots, and after it is separation by special machine, so you can separate the shoots, leaves, and other, the waste from the fruits, and clean fruits are graded and packed in the paper bags for sale. And of course, as I mentioned, lack of machine fruit harvesting seems to be limitation factor for increasing area of plantation and fruit production. So even I really notice that we have some meetings with these growers, or even when I have some lectures during the conferences or some kind of seminars during some events organized in Poland. So the main questions is really regarding the mechanization of the fruit harvesting, because you know it is hand picking is not very effective, and hand picking is very costly, so expensive, and of course it is a kind of the limitation. And very, very, very important thing is selling of fruits. Rather, I would say, and I really got every year the same questions, or even growers ask me for the help, how to sell the fruits. Rather, it is rather difficult. No interest from the foreign processing and frozen industries in Poland. I would mention that about 7 to 80% of the processing and freezing companies belong to the foreign capital. So the Polish industry was really sold in the past years, so many years, when we had some kind of the changing from the communist time to the more democracy system. So it is the political situation. I don't want to mention about it. Frozen fruits are only sold to small private firms or to the backyard or house processing plants. So small enterprises which can produce, as I presented before, some kind of the food products. And also the fruits are also sold to individual clients, including even internet order. So it is more and more commonly used way, as I noticed recently. And we had very big problem, I would really point out and mention, and really, I don't know what is the situation in your or even neighboring countries, like from the Baltic states or Germany, but recently, or I would say since a few years, we have export of fruits and products of poor quality from East European countries, especially for the low prices. And some really companies, which are selling this kind of the products, offering poor quality of sea buckthorn juice, yes, and or mixture of this fruit, this juice with peach juice. So you can see, for example, I would say, mixed sea buckthorn juice, bad quality, bad color, bad smell, bad taste, and the price reasonable high. Or you can compare really typical good quality sea buckthorn juice, which could be really offered, because if when the client buy some kind of the fruits, it will be rather not very advertising or promoting way to really force him to buy next some bad quality juice on the market. And of course, I would mention that we discuss with some, the supermarkets or even some stores in Poland, what is the reason that there is no packages of frozen sea buckthorn fruits next to a variety of frozen foods in the refrigerated counter in stores or supermarket in Poland. Even, we have a lot of branches, foreign branches, supermarket. I don't want to advertise them, but of course you can find the same super or hypermarkets in your countries. But Unfortunately, I don't know why before frozen meat or fish or even vegetables or fruits, other fruits, you cannot get half or 1 or 2 kilos of frozen sea buckthorn. That it will be easy way to sell fruit and offer to the clients. And of course, the people, I mean the clients, really complain about it, and I got a lot of questions, I mean phone calls in regard to this, and also some growers also got this the same questions. And very optimistic, I would say, good thing, it happened in Poland this year, 2022, because we started promotion of sea buckthorn fruits as a part of the time for the Polish Superfruit campaign, which really was financed by the Minister of Agriculture. It was, the kind of the promotion of several small fruits, including sea buckthorn, and 25th of August this year, we had interviews, presentation for the public media, TV, radio, journalists for the professional, some magazine, and very, very important, very, communicative was the event. So the following day, 26th of August. So we went to the biggest or larger sea buckthorn plantation in northeast Poland, I mentioned, and we had some 10 minutes presentations in regard to many topics. So the Stanisław Trzonkowski, as the largest grower of sea buckthorn, I mentioned, he got information, background of these plantations. We had also the presentation of 2 small enterprise and processing companies and also distributing. So it is not huge, but they are really private, family, but really small companies. And I presented also 2 short presentations advertising also the bioactive components and some aspect with the growing, cultivars and pruning and harvesting and so on, etc. And after this promotion of sea buckthorn this year, in 12th November, so week ago, or 10 days ago, we recorded over 600,000, 75,000 people who've seen this material about sea buckthorn, so distributed on YouTube, on Facebook, or even on the internet platform. And 2023, we have more, ambitions or even some prospective and new ideas to be aimed, consolidate the position of sea buckthorn among Polish superfruits, as I mentioned before. So it will be planned a trip for the journalists, pro-health media and trade media to the plantations of sea buckthorn, and it will be some photos, recordings, press conference, the active presentation. Also, it is a planned 1-day trip for dietitians and students of Medical University of Warsaw. So about depending of this possibility, one coach, 40 to up to 50 people, or even 2 maximum, can be really financed to do it. So it will be the possibility to self-harvest of sea buckthorn fruits, lunch will be offered to everybody, and talk with the producers, processors, experts. Maybe some sea buckthorn products for the dessert will be served. So it is as a kind of the idea, because the excursion, it will be, planned during the harvesting time. A series of articles about the fruit and veg products will be also prepared by some specialists, including me. Press conference on sea buckthorn and its products. So it will be in Warsaw in the special day. And next will be review of sea buckthorn products. It is organized a special National Sport Day as a kind of this companion in September, the first half of September in different places. Last year was in Warsaw, in 2021 was in Lublin, also it was in Krakow, so different places. So it will be also kind of this event organized in September next year, and also presentations of some liqueurs, distillate, and sea buckthorn wine during the second edition of the Berry Fest. So it is also the kind of the special advertisement of different products, but including also sea buckthorn this year. Conclusions and summary. As I mentioned, sea buckthorn is a crop of outstanding value. Fruits, leaves, shoots are rich in various bioactive components of health and nutrition properties such as vitamins, phenolic acid, unsaturated fatty acids, so omega, and mineral. Sea buckthorn is like a pharmacy, but living and nature, the more friendly to human health, often referred as to vitamin bomb or generous gift of nature. Sea buckthorn is used in the food, pharmaceutical, and cosmetic industry to produce different valuable products. Wide promotion of sea buckthorn fruits and veg products may have an impact on either selling of them in our country by different ways, including shops and markets. It is my hope, or growers' hope, and an idea. Fruit harvesting still requires more development. No combine or machine harvesting of sea buckthorn fruit is one of the main barriers to increase plantations in Poland and other countries. So thank you very much. I wish, in the coming season, no problem, but good success, good prices, and easy selling on fruits. And of course, for all of you, good health and prosperity. And thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Stanislav, for very nice presentation. And I think for this practical presentation, because it is very important to know from first side, from country, how it looks like and how it's going on sea buckthorn. We have 5 minutes for questions. Maybe somebody would like to ask something? I don't see any. No, Kristen? Yes.
First of all, thank you very much. It was wonderful to hear an optimistic
thank you.
presentation about the future of sea buckthorn. I don't see I have a question, but please don't forget that sea buckthorn is a wonderful ingredient, not only to desserts, but in soups, to fish, to meat. Then you can sell even more.
Yes, I agree, Kristen, with you, because I really had limited time, and I don't want to speak for even 40 or 45 minutes as an academic lecture. I would also mention that some, I mean, the leaves, it was mentioned by Chinese presenter that are added as a food animal, I mean the food for the animal, especially for the horses. So we really had a nice meeting this year together with some, you know, how, I mean the horses business, I mean the private or even state people, representatives, who really were very interested to add this seed from dried fruits or even leaves to the food animal to really support the health or even the I mean the blush of the skin of the horses. So yes, I agree. Good idea.
Yes, thank you. I saw Virendra. Would you like to ask something?
Yes, my question is whether do you apply pruning method for increasing fruit yield or not? And
pruning method is really done during the harvesting. So as I mentioned, every second year you have a crop. So for example, when you have 1 hectare of the plantations or orchard, so in 1 year you have harvest on the half of it. In another year you have another part. So you cannot leave the fruits in every or be years. So you understand. So the pruning generally is done during the harvesting. So you cut the shoots and then you can get a regrowth of new shoots in the following or coming years on the tree. And of course, that in the Polish way, or I mean also made commonly used in other countries, you cannot let the trees to grow as much possible, but you must really control it, because you can have the good possibility to reach or harvest the fruits not using the ladder or some other special machine and so on.
And what are the spacing between the plants and the rows?
It is normally system when we don't use the machine, so we can use only tractor or some this machine to cut the grass, joined to the tractor. So 4 meters, you know, between rows and 2.5 meters between trees within the row. So 4 by 2.5. So about 1,000 trees per one hectare.
Okay, nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Stanislav, for wide information, and I would like to wish success for seed processing companies in Poland. I know that you have great scientists and products will be very interesting.
Okay, thank you very much for the good words. Yeah, thank you very much, and all the same to you.